going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, Duke did get their first round victory against Vermont. I think it was like 64-47. Even though their star player Kyle Filipowski only had 3 points the whole game, freshman Jared McCain did step up. So if there was another reason to give him the ACC Freshman of the Year, I don't know what is. I don't even know if that has already happened yet, that award being given out. But yes, overall a tough victory. A lot of people maybe thought this could have been an upset, have Vermont advancing to the next round, but it was a 5-point game at halftime. But yes, luckily Duke did pull it out in the end, making some clutch shots, playing defense, getting rebounds, making their free throws, and finishing off the game. Then they get another team that did actually cause an upset in their area of the bracket, James Madison over Wisconsin. So I kind of wanted a Duke versus Wisconsin, a rematch of the championship when Duke last won in 2015. But yes, James Madison did beat them. I did pick James Madison to advance as well, to play Duke, and obviously have Duke advancing after this game on Sunday. But we'll see how that ends up going. So I have to wait another day or so until that happens. I know the Duke women's team did play earlier on Friday as well and did beat Richmond. I believe that's who they're playing. At some point they were down by 9 points, and then they ended up winning by like 11 points, I believe. So yes, a nice overall victory for the women's side as well. They advanced, I think, to play Ohio State, which is a tough team, even though USC was able to beat them earlier this year. The women's side, it's going to be tough for the Duke women's side, but definitely pulling for them in that area of the bracket. And then, yes, the Lakers did get their victory tonight on Friday against the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't know the exact score because for some reason they did not put up, a graphic for that on social media, but I believe D'Angelo Russell did make Lakers history for a season where he did get the most three-pointers made for one season, which is pretty cool. I think the other day he had recently tied or barely passed Kobe, if I'm not mistaken, or someone else, and then he just beat, I think it was Nick Van Exel, who was a part of there. Definitely like a late 90s reference player there for sure. But yeah, congrats to him. I believe Anthony Davis had a pretty nice game too. LeBron had a nice dunk as well. But yes, overall, nice to get this victory against one of the top teams in the East Side. And yes, this is now the second USC basketball player on the men's side to enter the transfer portal, and that is Kobe Johnson, one of the better defenders and overall players on the team. And yes, it does suck, but apparently he's doing like the double thing where he is going into the draft, but he is not hiring an agent to make it official, and he has also put himself in the transfer portal. So if he gets the feedback that he's not going to get picked where he wants to, then he will most likely come back to college, but most likely playing with a different team, which does suck. Hopefully it's not obviously one of USC's rivals, but either way, congrats to him. I know his brother, who played for Duke for 1 year, is excelling right now in the NBA with the Atlanta Hawks. It took him a couple years to get past some of his injuries, but he's definitely one of the better players out there for Atlanta. So maybe he could get drafted by them. I would not mind him to see him on the Lakers either. Be a nice pickup if he does end up sticking to the draft, like I said. But either way, good luck to him. A couple injuries to go through for a lot of guys. Brandon Ingram, an ex-Duke player who plays for the Pelicans in the NBA, did suffer like a pretty bad, gruesome knee injury. It kind of looked like he hyperextended it, and a lot of people thought he was probably going to be out for the season just because it looked like almost like a torn ACL, or his knee went the other way or something crazy like that. But the team did update today on social media that he will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. That does not mean that he didn't suffer something pretty serious. They're just saying they're going to give it that time, especially since it's towards the end of the season. They could basically rest him up for the next month, and if he is officially okay, then he should be ready to go. But yeah, it's a big blow for the ex-Duke Blue Devil. Even the Lakers are dealing with their injury bugs still. Their rookie, Jalen Hood-Schifino, just recently had some surgery on his back, I believe, or something like that, which kind of didn't know he was injuring or ailing at all. But yes, he did do that, and it's not really going to affect the Lakers just because he hasn't really been playing for them. He's been more playing with their G League team, the South Bay Lakers. So I guess it's kind of important for them, and in the future, in case they want to trade him this summer, at least they get the surgery done now, so then he can be healthy going into this summer and be able to be traded. Like people will still be interested in him, hopefully, as long as he's healthy. And then the Duke guard, Caleb Foster, he's been pretty much out the past couple of weeks, and it looks like Coach John Shire officially said right before the game today on Friday that he will be out for the rest of the season in the tournament, which does suck because I was hoping to see him back for this run to the title, but I guess we will not. And of course, we have not heard if he is going to end up going to the NBA draft or not. I always had more high hopes for him as a player coming into the Duke squad to get to the NBA after one season, but because he was injured and it was up and down, he might return. You never know, so that's a good thing for the Duke Blue Devils. And then the Chargers did sign that, cornerback in free agency, Kristian Fulton, the ex-Titans cornerback. So, yes, that kind of pretty much crushes my dreams with them getting a veteran cornerback now to not get Adoree Jackson, the ex-USC guy. But this guy's a really good player. He wanted to test free agency to get a nice contract, did not get it. So now he's going to stay on a one-year deal with the Chargers. And like I said, a lot of these guys are staying to hopefully get another big contract, not only with the Chargers, who will have a lot of money the next 2 seasons, but also somewhere else if they do excel. So we will see. And yes, the Anaheim Ducks did get a 4-0 victory against the Blackhawks the other day, I guess, after losing 0-7 to them on the road. They decided to give them back some of their own medicine, so that was nice to see. And then the ex-USC wide receiver Brendan Rice said he had met with teams like the Chargers, so that's pretty cool that they're looking at him. He said that they said he would be a pretty good fit in their system. He's one of the top receivers, so that's good to hear. Chargers did also make Denzel Perryman official with that social media post, so he did sign officially, so that's good for them. And then they did also, there were some rumors out there that they did put out to a lot of teams that they are willing to trade away that first round pick at number 5, at least to get some other thing, at least try to trade back, as they say, to accumulate more draft picks, which is pretty cool. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about like Minnesota, because they have number 11 and 23, so the Chargers could get 2 first round picks maybe if they are that desperate for a quarterback, as we've mentioned before. But we will have to wait and see. And yes, USC baseball did beat UCLA baseball. I think it was today, Friday. Big time. It was like 15-2 or something like that. So they destroyed them. So that's always good for the teams to beat their rival. So I don't think the men's baseball team has been pretty good this year, but at least they were able to dominate against their crosstown rival. So I'm good with that. An incoming freshman, Trent Perry, for the USC men's basketball side, did win the Gatorade Player of the Year. I don't know if that's just for California or is that all over the country. I'm not 100% sure, but they did put out a post saying he did win something with the Gatorade Player of the Year as well, so that's pretty cool for him. And then when it came to some miscellaneous stuff, yes, Tom DeLonge the other day, I guess they've been down in South America doing their big-time world tour after they were just in Australia. I think one of the first places they went was Peru, one of my, lineage places, which is pretty cool. But I forget where they were, in Chile or something like that, and he pretty much collapsed to the ground and was dealing with heat stroke or something like that, and he said he blacked out and kind of didn't know what was happening, but once he came to after, kind of getting down on his knees during the concert, he went over to a trash can, kind of like vomited a bit, and was able to come back after, a little bit of a hiatus from the show for a couple minutes, but he did finish that show. But yeah, I guess he had suffered some like type of heat stroke, which is pretty crazy because I think it's like 90 something degrees out there, even though it was like 11 o'clock at night during that concert. So yeah, at least it looks like he's doing better. I think they were already playing in like Brazil today, so that was pretty crazy too. So yes, hopefully he does get his fluids in and is doing good as of right now. And then one of my other favorite bands, The Story So Far, finally released another new single for their upcoming CD. I think it's called I Want to Disappear, the album, but the song was called Letterman. It's a pretty good song. I like the new direction they're going in. They were always kind of more of like a screaming and in your face, not really like an screamo, emo, or metal type of thing, but it was definitely more of like in the punk rock vein to get people up. But this is more a bit toned down and all that stuff. But either way, I still thought it was a good song. So if you're interested, go and check it out. The story so far, and the song is Letterman. I have a couple more stories / articles to go through, but I think I'll save that for Monday, just so I could also be talking about maybe another Laker win if they play Saturday or Sunday, and obviously, hopefully, talking about the Duke men's side winning, and obviously the women's USC team playing this Saturday as you're watching this. So hoping for the best for my teams this weekend. Well, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Fight on.